Oh, wow, this is recording? It says it's recording. Somebody's got it on automatic recording. Oh, I just noticed that. Yes, I am being recorded all by myself, sitting here waiting early. Boy, I'm 11 minutes early. Oh, let's see. Good morning. Hello, I'm Michael Christian, and I'm sitting here early, just waiting for Sean's meeting this morning. You probably want to cut me out of this, so maybe I shouldn't get on so early next time. I figured I'd wait and see if anyone came on and maybe have some good chats like we did the other day. So really enjoy being on these calls and seeing everybody and hearing more wisdom of nuggets from Sean. Life is beautiful. It's great. Beautiful Thanksgiving Day today for anybody who's watching this. And just feel so blessed. It's so grand when you change your mindset and you go from, hello, good morning, Jim. Another early riser.
Morning.
Where are you at, Jim?
Riverside, California.
Oh, California, a little early for you. You're even earlier than me.
Yeah, where are you at?
Florida, Orlando, Florida.
Oh, cool. So you're on Eastern time.
Yeah. So you're just getting up.
Yeah, just woke up. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we're actually being recorded, it looks like.
Oh, cool.
I was just having fun with it because I noticed I just turned it on and was sitting here doing some internet stuff. And I was like, oh, wait, I'm being recorded. I saw a light flashing.
Yeah. I guess that'll be kind of cool, later on when
someone plays the video and sees us in the
Yeah.
Well, like I was actually sitting there talking to the camera before you came on. I was like, oh, wow, I'm being recorded, so I'll turn the camera on.
You're like, hi, Mom. That's cool. You got any plans for Thanksgiving?
Actually, I'm working on a lot of stuff this weekend. I'm taking MBA courses, so I've got to get ahead because next week I'm going to the Date with Destiny here in West Palm Beach.
Oh, very cool.
And so I've got to finish up my final papers and project this weekend, have that turned out, and then and I'm working on writing a script, a movie idea that just came out of the universe, and I want to work on that this weekend. So normally awesome. I usually cook Thanksgiving, but I'm not this year, so I got the time.
Hey, yeah, you got a little time off.
Yeah. And my wife's not home today. She spent the night with her friends cooking and playing and having a girls' night. So, and she knew I had to do stuff, so she gave me a break.
Well, that was nice.
Hey, Emil, how you doing today?
Doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. It's a beautiful day today.
It is. It is. Where are you at?
Orlando, Florida. Where are you at?
Oh, in North Carolina, Winston-Salem.
Oh, okay. All right. I might be moving up that way in a year or two.
Oh, yeah? It's beautiful.
Oh, never mind. There's 5 people on. Oh, we're also 7 minutes early.
Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Jay. How's everybody today?
Yeah.
Well, happy Thanksgiving, Jay.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning, Craig. How you doing today? Where you at?
I'm wonderful. I'm in New York. What about you?
Down here, Orlando, Florida.
Oh, nice. How's the weather over there?
It's actually beautiful. I mean, it's 67 degrees outside right now.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
How about you? How's it going up there?
It's actually not so bad. Last night was actually pretty beautiful. I mean, again, difference of opinion as to what's beautiful. But it was like in the 40s, and
Beholder.
yeah, seriously. What's going on, Jim? How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Jamila, I wanted to say, I didn't get the chance to say yesterday on the call, but you know, they were talking about everybody that shared yesterday, and I wanted to say I loved what you shared as well. Sean, I guess, wasn't on to hear when you spoke, so he didn't add you in or edify you on that one, but I wanted to recognize what you shared. I don't know if you saw, but I responded to what you wrote on Facebook right afterwards. Yeah,
Oh,
2 days ago.
thank you. Yeah, I'll check it out. I love the fact that we can get on here a little bit early and just meet even more people. So cool.
Yeah, I know. We were actually doing that about 3 weeks ago. I don't know if anybody on here was even part of the group then, but 3 weeks ago, there was only like 8 to 10 people on the call. So we would all be on here early enough and we'd all be able to talk for a few minutes. So it's really nice. Hey, Kelly.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning,
I
Kelly.
turn my video on now that I don't have anything going on. I can turn my video on finally. Hey, everybody. Fernando.
You're getting my freshly rolled out of bed look.
We got Dr. Joan
Nice.
as well. Thank you for joining our Facebook. I deeply appreciate it. I'm with you on the importance of privacy and security. And I do agree that the information and the energy here is spectacular. So thank you for saying yes.
Yes, thank you.
So what's
It's
happening,
amazing.
Craig?
What's going on? How are you?
Oh, man. So nice to have your calm. It sounds like goddess energy in the morning. You're not in the run.
Oh,
You're
it's
here with
beautiful.
family.
The
So
kids are
super happy to have you.
the only one of the kids is awake. Everybody else is still sleeping.
So my question is, why does Michael Christian have the coolest background out of anyone on this call?
I swear that was exactly my thought right now. Where did that come
Like,
from?
I'm trying to be serious and focused and, integrity of human influence, but I am fascinated because my 8-year-old is like, I want that sunset behind me right now.
You don't want this one.
Now you're showing off, dude. Now you're showing off. now you're
Showing off would be
grabbing
this one.
attention, showing off. What up, Emil? What's happening,
That's
Jim?
hysterical.
We got Michael
It's
Smike,
beautiful.
Callaghy Log, Skew, Diane. We got Tiffany Armstrong. Mark, what's
Good
happening,
morning.
brother? Happy to see you at Date with Destiny in a few days. We got Billy in the house, and we got some numbers in the back. So welcome to Thankful Thursday, or as most people know today, Thanksgiving. Share. Let's continue with gratitude. 3 minutes that we have on this beautiful day. Craig is with family. Michael's like hanging out with it, which is weird but funny and awesome at the same time. What are we thankful for? And look at that. Kelly has like an awesome puppy I've never seen. Who would like to share? What are we grateful for? What are we thankful for on this beautiful Thankful Thursday that lands on Thanksgiving? Who would like to share their voice?
I'd jump right in there.
Yeah, go ahead. And say, everyone, just as a kind of rule of thumb, when you start speaking, because we have so many different people, just please say your name.
I'm Michael Christian, and
Hey.
out here in Orlando, Florida, and I am so grateful and thankful just to be on this call with so many beautiful souls with a like-minded goal moving forward. It especially on a day like this where we give thanks, and I'm thankful for all the little blessings that each day brings. Today, a new day bringing new blessings that we can find where we can actually give good to other people just by little acts of kindness. So I challenge everybody today, when you go out there, look for little things that you can do for someone else, like opening up a door, or talking to your server, reading her name and calling them by name, whether you're in the checkout line or anything. For myself, I love to look for these little things that you can bring joy back to somebody else during the day, and I'm very grateful and blessed that those little opportunities come, and they bring so much happiness and energy to the other people and myself.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, that was beautiful. This is Tiffany Armstrong. If I can say something, if
continue the
Hey, someone has like some feedback.
The
So we
walk
can
Somebody with a
reverse
954 numbers.
Hey, can you
Gotta go
please
going
mute
on.
yourself out there if you're not speaking? Thank you.
perfect.
Go ahead,
Awesome.
Tiffany.
Thanks, Fernando.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. So this last night I was thinking, obviously I assumed this question was going to be asked today, and I wanted to have a good answer, and I wanted to search in my heart, because there's lots of things on Facebook and stuff, leading up to Thanksgiving. And last night we're getting ready for bed. I was like getting breakfast prepared for the family and stuff like that. And it's tradition. And I started thinking about tradition because we always watch the Macy's parade. And and I was just so grateful. There was like this huge spot in my heart that was like just so grateful and thankful for tradition and being able to rely on that I set for my family and that my mom and my grandparents have set for all of us. And it's just a beautiful thing to carry and bring safety and secureness and love, joy, hope, peace, and all these beautiful things to my life year after year after year. So that is one thing I'm for sure grateful for.
That is awesome. Thank you for having us be present. The word tradition lands with me. I love family, consider myself one of the leaders in the family, and I am obsessed with creating tradition and making my family cry of joy. So I'm excited to jump into today and play some Pictionary and Scrabble and make fun of my mom, because that's like what we do on holidays. That's like that is every holiday. That's the standard tradition. How can we make fun of mom as much as possible?
Love it.
Thank you for anchoring us on tradition. So it is 8:31. Want to check in, Mr. Callaghy, Tiffany, Krista, are you here with us? All right, let's continue. I would love to hear a few more voices. We can drop into some distinctions on Thankful Thursday. Have you off with your family by 8:45? Hey, Mr. Gill.
Listen, I just want to give you a shout out of the magic you've created on this call for the last 60 days, the relationships you've developed both in and outside of all the different worlds. And there is no doubt, I want to be very clear to everybody listening right now, and I'm going to throw this out there. There is no doubt that Fernando's value and what he's done here with Sean and the way he's coaching it up and understanding the indispensable elements at a very high, he's like a child prodigy. Am I from the way, because I'm like 49. He's like a child prodigy that has done things that have my head spinning, and I cannot tell you enough in public and private, Fernando, what you've done in this part of the movement has been incredible, and it's been written and it won't be forgotten.
Yeah. Hey, Rob.
Very grateful. Thank you.
And
Hey,
Fernando.
what's up, Sean? How are you?
Hey.
Happy Thankful Thursday.
Happy Thankful Thursday. Yeah. Hey. I just have to say, people the other day and please, Rob, stay alive here, and Fernando as well. As we're looking out at this call, I was like, it's Thanksgiving. I'm not sure. Like, we have like an extraordinary number of people on this phone call. And I am so in awe and so thankful of what's happened. And Rob, I echo those sentiments. Fernando, Darcy, and, just in leadership, so many others with the power of one that's on this call. And so I completely echo those sentiments with massive gratitude. And I also want to share this. Rob Gill, in this space, I've been doing this formula for those that are unaware, and everything we're talking about here. This is not new. Like, we didn't just start thinking about this. I didn't start thinking about this a year ago, 2 years ago. This is 22 years. This has been rolling. And that time, as Michael Smikin would often say, I've had the blessing and privilege of working with a lot of people to do a lot of things. And as Michael would say, a lot of it looked like magic to a lot of people. Michael always says it's really advanced science when it looks like magic. But what's always been incredibly interesting to me has been the ability for people to see what's happening, to experience it, and give a little context. Winning cases. When I'm 28 years old against the top commercial litigator in the state of New Jersey, turning one of my early cases where they were, trying to roll over my client, and it was we were asking for a few $1 million, and they were offering 100,000. They were trying to attack it, do all kinds of crazy things to me. And then, you know, generating $7 million 8 months later for my client. That was a very early in the year, like year 1.5 of the buildup of Caligula originally, like that happened. But it was always amazing to me that the people who were there, who would say really beautiful and wonderful things about me, would ignore at the same time the ability to learn the formula, the system, the process. And I'm talking back in like 1999. So this has been going on a real long time, you know, from Little League teams to teams of, you know, high-end soccer and traveling baseball across the country, and parents watching kids go from not being confident to all of a sudden getting Division I offers, and just all kinds of crazy things that happen across the board. But in all these pockets and spaces, it always struck me as so unbelievable how people would not see the formula and apply it. They would say, again, you know, wow, Sean could do this or do that, but like they wouldn't like dig in, you know. And Rob is acknowledging Fernando for that on this call, but I want to acknowledge Rob, and I want to acknowledge Rob, because Rob was truly the first and greatest dancer. You know, I had a lot of people that followed me in the legal part. I had people did a lot of things with, but nobody dug in and edified, validated, and acknowledged my work, you know, the Caligula results formula and everything that we're up to, the way Rob Gill did. He did it in comments. He did it in text messages with love. He did it for like 6 months straight when I was busy and crazy, and or telling myself stories that I was busy and not even really responding except for maybe once a week. And Rob was relentless in his communication, in his love, and his follow through. And, you know, on this day, I am so thankful for every single person on this line. I am obviously, well, maybe not obvious, but I'm thankful for my family, incredible family I'm blessed to have, my children. I'm thankful for friendships that I've had since I was in that same Little League in high school, you know, with brothers like Roy and Tom Flatico, who I work with both, and so many others that I've played high school football with and was blessed to be on championship teams with. And all the way through all the incredible people that have impacted Caligula, the base that is, the sacrifices they've made. People believed in me and worked with me for 20 years, like the Wertheims, for those that know the Wertheims. I don't think they're on this morning, but truly unbelievable people. But then Rob has been, with all the internal trainings I've done, the external trainings I've done, keeping everything local and small before we're ripping this thing open, you know, just over the last month, you know, in the last couple months. But Rob has been there relentlessly. He's been a believer. He's been a brother. He's been a best friend. And Rob, man, I am so incredibly thankful for you. So just let that land and be received. Love you, brother. And thank you for all your comments here.
Love you too, brother. Thank you, and I appreciate that. And for me, to be honest with the group, it took me a while to understand logically and emotionally the indispensable elements. And I got to give credit to Fernando, because his action challenged me to get better at it. Now I can rattle them off in under 10 seconds, and I'll challenge anybody in that space. With that being said, though, I got to thank Darcy for coming up with something from my simple way of thinking to help me get to that place. And for me, it's been a game changer on how I can teach people in a very logical way how this works. So I just want to throw that out there. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'm on the call, but I'm definitely heading into the gym right now because I need it. And I'm gearing up for January 10, 11, and 12. And for me, it's been underway, but it really starts. We're going to go into Rocky mode for all the elder folks on the phone. Starts today.
That's awesome, brother. Thank you, Rob. So folks out there, thank you so much for being here. And, you know, maybe we've had a couple of gratitude statements. Does anybody want to jump in and just share what you're grateful for? You know, whether it be here or anywhere in the world. Like, what brings you here today? It's Thankful Thursday. It is Thanksgiving. What's present for you? Like, what are you thankful for?
Hey, Sean.
Yes.
Hello. It's Mike Moran here.
Hey, Mike. How are you?
I just want to say that the past couple of weeks since we were at your place in New Jersey by the ocean, a whole world has opened up for me. I'm in a whole new space, a whole new enthusiasm going, and a whole new understanding. And I'm very thankful for that. And I'm thankful for the intangibles, you know, the things I perceive, the things that I now know deep inside are happening and going to happen. And I'm just grateful that I see so many people advancing. And, you know, I was so happy for Darcy that she was able to break through and make that video. So I just want to say happy Thanksgiving, and I'm thankful, Sean, that I have you in my life, and that Rob, you do need the gym. I just want to say, I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be, you know, buddy. Okay, thanks.
Hey, Mike, and Rob is source for our relationship. And Mike, you have been an inspiration to me. Mike is phenomenal in his space of speaking, his communication, some things he could do with online and audio editing. So if anybody needs any of that support, Mike is a rock star. And podcasting, yeah. And Mike is also legally blind, and he has truly been an inspiration to me. And just, we had so much fun in Long Beach Island in so many ways, but we had so many laughs. I think I cried 3 different times that night, laughing at like 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning, hanging out with Mike and you know, Mona, and it was just like this incredible night of laughter and fun. Greg, yeah. So Nicole, yeah, all of you, like, thank you for all that amazingness, and thank you, brother. So anybody else, and Darcy, congratulations. So thankful for that breakthrough. Like, you're a rock star. Like, let it shine.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Who else has got any statement of gratitude? Dorothy, is that you?
Yes.
Yes, that's me.
Yeah. So what's present for you?
I'm just grateful for, I guess, for everything in life, like my friends, my family, my health, the ability for second chances, all the support I've gotten. And I don't know, you guys know me. I just cry sometimes randomly because I'm so grateful for like the little moments that I think sometimes people take for granted. It's incredible. And I'm very, very grateful to be a part of this. So thank you.
Wow. And I'm so thankful for you, and congratulations on, you know, your breakthrough, and just keep that momentum every single day. Like, your voice needs to be heard. You're amazing. You're not only worthy, you're needed. You're incredible. Like, just keep bringing you, you know, just keep bringing you. So anybody else want to share anything that they're grateful for?
Good morning, Sean. It's Mona.
Hello, Mona. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing great.
I'd like to share. I am so grateful for so many things in my life. I've been blessed, really, really, truly blessed. But what I'm present to right now is that I'm really grateful for you. Really grateful for you for everything you bring to my life and for what you're bringing to this group. A lot of people, I think, know this, my story about when I was in high school. I really was attracted to the underdog, and it was important to me so that everyone can feel heard and seen. And I read this book about what happy people know, and the bottom line of the book was that happy people are people that feel like they belong somewhere. And I feel like you've created something where people actually truly feel like they belong. And that explains why a lot of people are on the call this morning on Thanksgiving, and how some people maybe in their own family, they don't feel like they belong. But I feel like everyone on this call truly feels like they do belong here, and that we're creating like a family. So thank you for that. Thank you for everything.
Yeah, and Mona, thank you for your voice, for your leadership, for your energy, and for like touching people. You know, you have such amazing gravitational pull. You have such kindness, such empathy, such deep listening, you know, and it's just like so present. And I'm immensely grateful for you. And going back, you came, and I remember thinking, like, wow, like Mona's here. Like when you came to some of the original trainings that we did, and I was so immensely grateful for that. And I remember in Rhinebeck, you and Pat Nelson were sitting in the front row to the left, and I was like, wow, like Pat Nelson and like Mona are here. Like I remember literally thinking that. And, you know, at that point, we certainly knew each other, but I think I knew you through the prism of like, it's like Mona from like Salesforce, you know, like, and somebody who's like such a, you know, a rock star in the space. And, you know, and I felt so similar about Pat as this like, you know, another, you as a tremendous student in personal development, Pat as this tremendous student in personal development. And I remember thinking like, wow, if like Mona and Pat are here and they're like seeing this as real, like that's such an extraordinary moment. And so like that is present for me now, and here we are. So thank you so much.
Here we are. You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Good morning.
Oh yeah, who's that? I hear a female voice.
Like before school. Hi. This is Orly Shamir. That's how I felt.
There's a little. Somebody's got a little bit. Somebody's not muted. Wait. Yep. Somebody's not muted with some chatting in the background.
Yeah, but I didn't like. I'm gonna call Dad and ask him what I said because last week I woke up and
Somebody's unmuted having a conversation. I think you're muted. Awesome. All right. So who was jumping in to say something? There was a female voice. I couldn't hear who it was.
Good morning, Sean. It's Mariah. That was me. It's Orly Shamir.
Hey, Mariah. How are you? Hey, Orly.
No. Orly, sorry. Hi. I wanted to say that this is my first experience of American Thanksgiving. I'm from Canada. And I just joined last week. I went to UPW Miami, and I live in Florida. And first and foremost, I'm very thankful to have found this group. My life has changed dramatically. Coming to Florida was a 30-year dream that I made happen. And yesterday I was standing by my back door saying, wow, I'm here. This is real. And my life has changed so much. That's why someone mentioned, you know, crying at, you know, little points throughout the day. And I've been so grateful and bursting with a lot of different emotions. I come from the corporate world, but my passion and my background has always been in speaking and advocacy and supporting people. And I wanted to say, Sean, last night I was part of the training, the 1.5 hour training, and I had such a breakthrough of where I've been stuck for so many years. And I realized this at 4 in the morning, and I want to thank you because it's helping me in my direction to help others.
Oh my God. Well,
yeah.
You couldn't be more welcome, and thank you. You know, and incredible. And I get, by the way, for everyone, that there's an immense time commitment, you know, being, you know, here each day, being on the calls, the other things you do in your own space of acceleration. So my gratitude is truly extraordinary. And at the same time, I am like so grateful to hear about these breakthroughs and the accelerations happening. And I think as we continue, you know, I want to stay in a gratitude space, not in a Zeus go forward space for today, and we'll get back on that note tomorrow. But for all of us, it's that consistent compounding. But please, go ahead. What are you going to say, right?
No, and I appreciate hearing that. And the thing that really resonates with this group for me is that I never felt like being part. I've always wanted to be part of a movement. I wanted to be part of a team of change. But I never wanted to be part of a group where there was a leader and followers. I'm so thankful that we are all on a team. We're all on the same playing field with the same desires and passions. And thank you, everybody. And I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. So thank you. And, you know, and this may land a little bit weird on a day like today, you know, like, because it is Thanksgiving. You know, when I think of things about leadership, and it is a brutal and very sort of graphically violent movie. So forgive me, but there's a movie called 300, and in that movie 300, for those who haven't seen it, it's about it's the story of the Spartans battling the Persians, and rooted very loosely in historical reality. That movie, though, is focused on a bunch of things, including a love story between the king and queen, King Leonidas and Queen Gorga. But Leonidas, in leadership and in sacrifice, goes out in what is clearly a mission that he's not going to come back alive from, to protect his country and nation. And he leads by being on the front lines of the battle, not back with all the people in safety, as many leaders often are. And so I couldn't agree more that we were all on this playing field. We're all in this space of love and creation, and in that space as warriors together, and where I see this eventually, right, is a space where like there's a battle for like truth and good and integrity, and there's disruptions to things that are not in those spaces. There's movements for unity and truth, whether you're on the left or the right. Like, what if it was just about really being intellectually honest and making just great things happen for the better? Like, what if, communicating and resolving differences looked like not attacking the other side for disagreeing with you intellectually, but really only attacking lies, distortions, and things that were not intellectually honest or vibrating appropriately. There's so much good that could be done, and people always say, like, it's such a cliche, and it's so overstated that we want to make the world an even greater place. Like, we want to make the world better, But I think so often there's so much judgment for people about like what that looks like. Like, that might look like what you believe spiritually. That might look like, what you align with in terms of, a sports team or some other dynamic of philosophy. But the bottom line is, like, we all know what truth is. We all know what vibrates positively, and we all know that we're all so different in the things that we want, that we enjoy, like how we make ourselves happy. But the commonality should be, again, in that space of what vibrates positively, the absence of blame and judgment, not an absence of morality, right? Because this is rooted in integrity, but just a space of acceptance, of love, of truth, of encouraging people to be their greatest self and to launch forward in, just a positive space of what success in life means for each of us. And I think that's what, to me, vibrates so positively here. This is not about, you don't have to want to make more money to be here, but if you want to be a billionaire, like, there's a path, like, through the formula, right? Like, you don't have to want to have more time freedom. You want to work 20 hours a day for a couple of years, maybe for the rest of your life. Like, that's up to you, right? But it's also an access to whatever it means to have more money, or the money you want, the abundance you want, the time you want, the magic you want, without blame, without judgment, for yourself or for other people. I think that's the root of what we're doing here, like how to play full out in life, how to love ourselves, how to love each other, even if we're not all the same, even if we believe in some different ways to get there. But the commonality is in that space of integrity, truth, positive vibrational energy. Like, that's what's present for me. So, like, thank you. Any other people want to share anything that they're grateful for, large or small? Maybe
good morning,
you're grateful
Sean.
because you get to the ocean. Yeah, who's that?
Jim Goodhope.
Hey, Jim, what's up, man?
How you
Happy
doing?
Thanksgiving.
Happy
Doing
Thanksgiving
awesome.
to you too. So I just wanted to say thankful for. So I saw you at Chris Crone's event this last month. Met Ben
Awesome.
Fox, and I just want to acknowledge Ben. He walked up to me and my brother and just started a conversation with us, and we got chatting and introduced us to the guys, Rob Gill and the guys from Epic and so forth, and really had a lot of good things to say about you. So I was excited to hear you talk, and I just want to say thank you. You got me on these calls, and Just want to say I'm grateful for every morning. You know, I'm listening to the to you guys talk, and just the amount of giving that you have is, I'm just blown away by it. And it's really for the last 2 weeks or so, I've just really been reevaluating my own giving without the expectation of anything in return. In fact, yesterday I basically like giving from the heart. And yesterday I wrote down like a list of people that I want to give gifts to this Christmas. You know, I've always kind of been, I don't know if you'd say like worried about money, but I guess my outlook on money has changed in the last few weeks. And I'm in a position to be able to give gifts without, I have the ability to, if that makes sense. And it's just,
Yeah.
I have one of my really good friends is really good at giving gifts specific to a person. You know what I mean? Like, I think you talk about listening and hearing people. And when you mold a gift to that person, when you've listened, when you've heard the things that they like or they're interested in, and you give a gift, it feels so much more genuine, and at least in my own heart, in that sense. So I'm just thankful for that example, I guess, that you've set of listening and giving.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Jim. And I immensely appreciate it. And I'm going to drop in and with an acknowledgement for a moment here that I'd appreciate the ability to share for 2 minutes. And then if we want to take 2 more gratitudes after that, and then we'll wrap. You know, I wasn't going to do this and share this, but it's super present for me as people have been sharing and acknowledging me. The root of my heart for sharing was given to me by we didn't have a lot of money, you know, my family. And in fact, on my mom's side, my grandmother was Nani and her husband was Pop, you know, Adam and Caroline Bastek, B-A-S-T-E-K. And that was Nani and Pop to me. And not my grandfather had the same eye condition I do, retinitis pigmentosa. And he went blind and had a more advanced case in his life. So he didn't have the opportunity to be the athlete that I was growing up in my teens and early 20s. Although he had great strength, great power, great athleticism, he didn't have those things in his life. And he lived in a time, my grandfather, Pop, when there weren't disability acts and there's still massive challenges to overcome. But he had to hide his condition, and he did not go to even graduate from high school. And he had 5 children: my mom, her 3 sisters, my incredible aunts, and her brother, my Uncle Jimmy, my Aunt Denise, my Aunt Diane, and my Aunt Barbara. And that family structure was very much what I was raised in. I mean, on my dad's side, I had an amazing grandmother, but my dad was an only child. My grandmother on that side, my grandma Rose, is an only child. My mom's side, there was this large, you know, Italian-oriented. My grandmother's Italian, my grandfather's Polish. On that side, you know, Pop was Polish, Nani was Italian. And we were raised in this sort of Italian, like, inclusive, loving family structure. And they never had very much at all financially. And it was always scary. You know, it was 5 kids. My grandfather was going blind. He was hiding it. He worked for public service in sewers and doing other things. And he did physical labor, you know, a lot of his work. And it was a very scary time. My parents got divorced when I was 1. My mom pushed a hot dog cart, you know, when I was a baby and early, so she didn't have to go work in the city and, you know, try to make ends meet. And regardless of all of that, you know, on every Thanksgiving, on every Christmas, but Thanksgiving in particular, there was a tradition of the family coming together, the family inviting anybody, like being inclusive. And there's a story in my family of, and this is like, I don't drop into, these types of stories often, so forgive me on Thanksgiving. So it was in my grandmother's parents' house, and so it was my grandmother and her siblings and all their kids, and there's like 60 people in a 2-bedroom apartment in Jersey City. And Jersey City is where January 10, 11, and 12 is going to be, and we're all going to come together. And so they're in Jersey City, they're in this place, and, everybody's connecting, and it's, typical loud day, everybody's talking over each other, and it's always crazy. And my family was amazing in a lot of things, the indispensable elements, but level 5 listening was not one of them. There was not a lot of listening going on when everybody got together. And so it was always a lot of fun. There's like 7 people are talking at the same time over each other. And as things go, there was this, woman that was there, and she was older, and different people said hello to her and, gave her a hug and welcomed her on Thanksgiving. And when the day ended, everybody's asking each other, like, hey, like, who is that woman? Like, did you invite her? Like, do you know her? Like, who is she connected to? And to a person, like, the circle got smaller and smaller of the conversation, and people were eliminated. Like, I didn't invite, I have no idea. And so as the tradition goes in my family, my grandmother, Nani, her siblings, and, her mom, right, my grandma Lancelotti, came to the conclusion that she was an angel. And their level of love and inclusion, had brought that blessing, forward. And I have no idea if she's an angel or not. I have no idea if she was just a lonely person from the community that saw that there was a door open in an apartment, in Jersey City, and made her way in. But what I do know is that my family and the gifts they gave me were rooted in love, abundance, of inclusion. And to me, like, that's what life is all about. And so while I am immensely grateful for all the kind words that come in my direction about, love and positivity, my grandfather, who was going blind, taught me every single day, Pop, that not only could I, but that I would be anything. But whatever the anything was, it had to be rooted in loving people, supporting people, helping people, being an example of what was possible. And for him, that looked like being a doctor. When you're poor, it's like, oh, being a doctor, like that's, a thing that means a lot. And it certainly does. And that's kind of how the words would come out. Like, you're going to be a doctor, and you're going to take care of people, and you're going to help people. And that was the never-ending conversation. And for those that have been to Long Beach Island and who've seen their house at 7 Webster, like, that was what the conversation looked like there with my grandfather, and him hugging me and walking with me on the beach and talking to me about life and the future. And that's what it looked like with my grandmother, and her telling me to, like, always love people. And she had a saying, so it's good to be good, but it's not good to be stupid. And Nani had a lot of Naniisms, so she also, certainly brought up issues of boundaries. But it was rooted in love. It was rooted in inclusion. And even when I've been privileged and blessed to be in groups like Platinum Partnership with Tony Robbins, other, captain of the Columbia baseball team, the Lions, and, these different things, at every step when I became a Lion, I thought about how I wanted to represent in the Lions inclusion. Like, I wanted to be a representative in that room of Tony Robbins from the front row. I wanted to represent love, inclusion, and not exclusion. Like, I didn't become a Lion to be exclusive. I became a Lion to lead, and to lead from love, to lead from inclusion, like my grandparents. So on this Thanksgiving, I know not everybody has that blessing. And so when people are like, oh, well, I grew up with, you didn't grow up with much, Sean, and whatever, like, I can't say that. I grew up with massive abundance. It wasn't financial, but it was love and support. And so to me, like, I'm here, part of my mission is to give people that love and support that many people aren't blessed to have. And I am privileged and honored to carry on that Thanksgiving tradition for my family. This will be the second Thanksgiving that I don't have Nani. It'll be the 21st Thanksgiving that I don't have Pop. And I am super thankful that their legacy and the legacy of these incredible people that touched my life could live on through this huddle and the movement we're building. And I am grateful. So thank you for being on today. I'm in shock of how many people made it onto this call today and completely overwhelmed with gratitude. So anybody else want to share any statements of quick gratitude before we wrap up?
Jamile, Sean.
Oh, I heard a female voice.
This is Jamile from last night. Thank
Jamila,
you.
yeah. How are you?
Oh my goodness, amazing.
And I want to get it right. How do you pronounce your name one more? I'm so sorry. I'm not saying I'm hearing it. I think I know it, but I'm just want to hear it. Just how do you say it slowly?
Jamile.
Jamile. Jamile.
Yes.
All right, Jamile, how are you?
I'm wonderful. I think it was Wayne Dyer that says that friends are the gifts God gives you for the family, right? And I choose you guys today. As I hear your story, I embrace your story about Nani and Poppy as being the angels' stories that I've got. I'm grateful for everyone on this call because I grew up in New Jersey and New England in 27 different schools up until I graduated high school, in shelters and foster homes because of abuse with my family. And even after the call last night, they called me fighting, saying, we're not going to go, all this stuff, whatever. And do you know what? So crazy, Sean. I am so grateful. I am so blessed to have lived that life so that I can really know what love is. So I can be on this call and hear your story and know that there was a reason for all that, that there's a reason for people like you to have set a stage to be inclusive for people like me. And I am just grateful and honored to be on here. And I continue to know that just like actually Tony says, if we're gonna blame, like blame gracefully. And I am grateful and honored to have had the family I have, because it has become my mission to include other people, to know that they are powerful beings, that they are wonderfully loved, regardless of what they go through. So thank you, Sean, for this platform.
Jamila, thank you. And, you bring tears to my eyes in sharing that. And yes, that is an incredible space that you operate from. That love and the ability to be thankful for the pain and the challenges and, the tragedies, the trauma and the horrors even. So thank you for sharing that, Jamila. And what's present for me in this moment is let's not screw this up. Like that's present for me, like all of us, because as this grows and momentum builds, like blame and judgment and significance and a lot of things can creep in. And let's all just make a pact to guard against that and to work to keep this, the innocence of what we have right now, because everything starts out beautifully, innocently, wonderfully, right? And then things happen and somebody's feelings get hurt or somebody doesn't feel acknowledged enough and something else goes on. So please know this, that the intention of this call remains to acknowledge everyone, right? To love everyone, to be completely inclusive. And as we grow and build, like things will happen that'll feel different and we'll disagree about something. So let's always remember the positive intention that we will approach this with today on this day. And let's keep that leadership and things going forward. So Jamila, thank you so much. Okay. Anybody else? Final statement of gratitude? Is there one more?
Good morning.
Hey, Sean, it's Anissa.
Oh my goodness. You know what? How about this? I'm gonna stay on. So we can obviously whenever people got to wrap up and jump, fine. But I'm just gonna stay on. Let's keep going. This is amazing. So I heard I think two different female voices. So who just give me one more time? Who was that?
Hello?
Yeah. Who said something?
Yeah, my name is Limor Debbie. I'm from Florida. How are
No
you?
more. How are you? Happy Thankful Thursday and happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving. I'm so happy to be on these calls. Not every morning I made it, but today's Thanksgiving and I'm in. So first of all, I want to say thanks. I call him God. You guys can call him universe or whatever it is, because so many times in our life we think coincidence happen, and I believe it's just someone planning really well things behind our back when we don't see the whole picture. And this is how I got to the UPW. After very long time, I was wanted to go. It wasn't the right time. It wasn't. I didn't have the money. Blah 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 blah. And then one day, out of nowhere, talking to a friend, trying to convince her to go to UPW, not thinking it's going to be in Miami. I'm opening the website and I just see it. I buy the ticket, and now I'm on the call with you guys because this is the next things that lead me from the UPW to be around so many people, inspiring people, including you, Sean, of course, starting with you. But there is so many. And me, the thing is that this Thanksgiving is different than other Thanksgiving, is that I decided to get out of my comfort zone and not just to donate something, because so many other years I used to just go give money, and be in my comfort zone. And this is why I went on the call, that whoever here and whatever you can do to get up and get out of the comfort zone and go physically and do something for someone else. Yesterday, me and my boyfriend, we decided just spontaneously to go to Walmart, to the dollar store, to make some carry bags for homeless people and put their things that they're going to use, and then just drive around. And of course, like Mayor Philo, I'm driving, no homeless. I'm like, what's going on? Where everyone? I really want to hand someone a bag. I want to make someone happy. And when I choose the bags, the only bags the store have is "You Are Magical." And I say, wow, this is amazing. I want just to see,
That's awesome.
yes, the face on the person, the smile on the person's face, that's seeing that he's magical. And we start driving around, looking for people. And then we saw this old lady, really old lady. She said, and she's like 80. And she said, and I speak Hebrew. And she's sitting in this bus station. And I come to her and she's looking at me from far. I'm telling you, I should video it. She's looking like someone came out of the sky. She's looking at a spaceship. And I told her, can I give you something? And she said, you are an angel? And I said,
Yeah.
no, I'm Limor. And she said, you speak Hebrew? And I said, yes. And she started talking Hebrew with me. And she was holding her head. I got like so excited from being able to put a smile on this lady. She was like, she didn't know what's going on. She got crazy with all the things. And I go back to the car and I said to my boyfriend, you see, this is the sign that we should keep doing it, not just today, every once a month. And it's like, what do you mean? I said, the first lady I came to in the middle of the hood, she speak Hebrew. She's talking to me in Hebrew. And for me, it's just a sign that something that come from my background, for me talking Hebrew, doing this thing, finding a solution for my daughter, leaving work early, doing the thing, going, buying, and physically going and see the smile on people's face. And then this is how I saw the universe, God, giving me the sign, keep going. That's cool. And this is why I went today on the call, because I'm sure people were thinking to help people in so many ways. I can tell you that doing it physically, it's such a great blessing. Just to see a smile on someone else's face. And this is what I'm grateful for. This is my Thanksgiving. This lady and other people yesterday did my day.
More. That is awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. And we'll try to go a couple more. And thank you so much for more. Anybody else out there? And we'll go quick 30-seconders if anybody has anything else.
Hey, Sean, this is Anissa, and I just want to say thank you to everyone on this call. You guys are all my family, and what I see us standing for when I say family is this is a place where we all have fun together. We're all learning together. Importantly is we're all authentic on here. Every one of us are being real, because only when we're real with ourselves can we be real with the world. Sean, what you're doing is meaningful. This community you've brought together, where it's inclusive versus exclusive, we all deserve to be in a family. So thank you, thank you. There's integrity, right? Because that's what it's built upon. Love, which is the base of our foundation. And what I hear is youthfulness. Youthfulness saying, let's change the old paradigm of thinking and let's keep it relevant and new and exciting and hear everyone's voice, because every one of us are born with one. So I can't think of a better family on Thanksgiving to be with than this family. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
No. You're welcome, and thank you. And yes, I'm involved, but there are so many, including you, that just make this go. Like, it's just that the list is so long of people that are contributing to making this happen. And let's keep that power of one going and keep expanding. Anybody else out there?
Hey, Sean, it's Craig. How are you?
Hey, Craig, what's up, brother?
What's going on? Everybody, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thankful Thursday. I had to run and just grab my daughter real quick. Everything that everybody has said has been so amazing until now. Everybody's stories, everybody's reasons, whys, purposes for being so grateful today. I'm blessed to be able to be here for all that. And Sean, I have a very similar story to you as well. My family, even though we were religious, Orthodox Jews, Thanksgiving was like the holiday of holidays. And when my grandmother moved to Florida during the winters and she started going before Thanksgiving, we actually had to have Thanksgiving in October because there was no way we could be without Thanksgiving in my family. It was just a day of everything we were looking for. And I wanted to, Sean, I mentioned it to you a little bit, and I wanted to announce it to the group if that's okay with you.
Yeah, please.
So something we spoke about last week was that we were all at dinner, and the idea that we wanted to see where else this can go to, because this power of one, like I said on a video last night, has been an exponential growth. Every time one gets invited, then 15 get invited, 20, and it keeps going higher and higher. It's like really just, it really shows that power of one, how much it can really create. And we wanted to announce the first unblinded group meetup. We're considering like the death of networking, the first ever ecosystem merger event for frictionless co-creation. And we want to do it, and we're doing it in West Hempstead. We're doing it in Long Island. It's going to be next Monday morning on December 2nd at 7 a.m. from 7:30, from 7:30 to 8:30 in the back of a bakery here. It's called Resource Bakery. We would love anybody who wants to come and join us. We would love to be able to see them. We want to outline the formula, speak about what's present for us, what we're doing, and really get this movement going out on the ground as well. Not on these calls, and between all of us has been wonderful. We want to get this going out into the outside world as well. And we're very excited for it, and it's my expression of gratitude to this group.
Yeah, Craig, I'm grateful, I am clear, and I am not confused. So thank you, brother, and happy Thanksgiving.
You too. Yeah. Love everybody here. Yeah. Thank you.
Love you too, brother. Anybody else out there have anything?
Good morning,
hey,
Sean. It's Mariah.
Oh, sorry. You go, Mariah. You go first, Mariah.
Okay, sorry. Thank you. Hi, Sean.
Hey, Mariah.
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be a part of this group. Happy Thanksgiving. I just want to say I get to be on the East Coast today. So I live in Hawaii, and it's a 5-hour difference. So I'd have to get up at 3:30 for this call. So I was super excited to be on this. And Sean, I just wanted to acknowledge you for the tremendous amount of growth and inspiration that you have added. And this value is amazing. And I remember you used to tell me like a year ago, you were talking about you have these morning huddles at work. And I was like, God, how do I get on a morning huddle at work? And so this is just like such an amazing gift to all of us. And just to see, like, just from meeting you to seeing you grow and seeing your voice out there, and finally everybody gets to hear you. It's such a tremendous gift to, I think, humanity. And so I just want to say thank you, and I'm so proud of you. And thank you for including us in this.
Yeah. Hey, Mariah. Thank you. And Mariah was a source and access to the entire Tony Robbins world. You know, for me, I'm blind, as you guys know, and I guess at Leadership San Diego, Mariah came up, said hello, and introduced me to Bayman and to Deepak, and that led to Bayman staying at my house and him introducing me to Milo, and Milo introducing me to innovation sessions, and Bayman and Mariah were, you know, participants there, and met Mona and Chris Crone and you know, Joe Camberetta, and, you know, in that beginning. So, you know, I am immensely grateful, and you know, thank you for being here. Like I didn't know. This is crazy. I didn't even know you knew this was happening, and so the fact that you're here, like, that's amazing. You know, so that shows like that this is getting to like Hawaii, and you know, and like
it is.
You know, this is like crazy. So welcome. And thank you.
And thank you, you know, like, for reminding us to have our voice and to put ourselves out there in the world, and to not play small, and to, you know, just be like a shining gift to humanity, because I think that's what you always reminded me of. And you would always tell me these things, and I'm like, I don't even know what that means. And so I, you know, just all of these beautiful gifts that we have inside of, like, you know, for us to just be transparent and be vulnerable and just be us, and, you know, be you. It's amazing. So thank you for reminding all of us that we need to be ourselves and put ourselves out there and participate in the world. And like collectively as a group, I think we can change the world.
No, well, thank you very much. And just for fun, because we had an audio on the power of the microphone yesterday, from 6 to 7:30. I remember during that innovation session saying that, like, I was going to win the pitch off. And Mariah's like, I don't even know why you're taking this so seriously. Like, who cares? Like, what's the big deal, right? Like, well, this is what it looks like, because if there's no win in the pitch off, I don't know that we're here today. So I'm teasing, but I'm not. Like,
but I was on the other team, so, you know, I'm just saying.
Yes, I'm just saying. Well, thank you so much. And
thank you.
that is awesome.
We love you. You're amazing. Thank you.
All right. Love all you guys too, and thank you very much. So who else has got something to share?
So Sean, this is Jared. I'll jump in quickly. Two babies in my
Yeah,
hands.
hey Jared.
But I want to acknowledge everybody. I mean, it's Thanksgiving, and there was like 70 plus people on this call, and it just shows the power of being part of something bigger than yourself, right? Everybody was drawn to this call. And I just really want to acknowledge the fact that you guys are here. You're showing up with gratitude. The whole power of one has really just expanded this group immensely. And what I think about on Thanksgiving always, and it's kind of like what you were alluding to before, Sean, and that's my son expressing his gratitude, but is the fact, yeah, he's a grateful little boy, is the fact that we're grateful. We have one another, and there's so many people out there today that feel more lonely than ever before. So what I ask you to do, guys, double down on power. And like, think of that person that really feels like they're on an island by themselves, trying to figure out life. Let's get them into this community, because that's just the common thread right now. Every one of you have said that you feel like you're part of something as a result of this group. And I can guarantee there's at least one, if not maybe even a few dozen people in your world that feel really alone, and they're by themselves. And once they become part of a group like this and they realize that they're part of something bigger than just themselves, and they have the support and the love, the exposure to everything that we're exposed to every day, now all of a sudden they feel whole again. So I put the challenge out there, double down on power of one, and you make it the power of gratitude. Let's get them in this group. And I'm grateful for each and every one of you, grateful for Sean and what you've created here. I just can't wait to see where this is going, because it's going really big places really quickly, and every single one of you are on this adventure with us. So appreciate you, love you, enjoy today, and double down on power of one, because somebody right now in your world needs it really badly, and you'll be the catalyst for their change.
Yeah. And Jared, thank you. And this is not happening, brother, without you and, you know, Adam and Fernando and Darcy, as I said, incredible. And let me, you know, throw this in there for people. Sometimes, as Jared is saying, it couldn't be more true. And there were times in my life when I had a very full house of people and I felt as lonely as I've ever felt in my life. So don't just think that because people have money, have resources, and have like a crowd of people, that they're actually feeling connected. You know, the connection, the reach out, the power of one could be to people who seem like they have everything. And I lived for years in the home I'm calling you from, right? And I felt alone. I felt unwelcome. I felt an immense pain every day, right, coming back into this house. And so, you know, it could get confusing sometimes. Like we think of lonely and alone as somebody who has no money, who is sitting in, you know, a tiny place by themselves. But sometimes it could be people living in, you know, what appears to be the most beautiful spaces with the most incredible, you know, financial and resource abundance. And those could be the people that need this every bit as much as somebody who doesn't have financial resources. So that loneliness, that connectedness, like everybody needs it at a deep level. And we don't know truly what's going on in the heart of people. So thank you for that, Jared. Anybody else have anything they want to share?
Hi, Sean. This is Craig in SoCal.
Craig from SoCal. What's up, brother?
Oh, I just wanted to say I was very thankful going for your passions. I met this boy. I taught him about 12 years ago, and he's 23 now. He recognized me because I've always worn the same hat since I've been down here teaching the last 20 years. And he just got out of prison about a year ago, and I'm going to start mentoring him. He picks up drywall, so he's got a job. He picks up drywall scraps, like construction. And I got into this. I met you at Chris's deal back in April the first time. And I wanted this because I thought, man, this is great, because I felt Chris had the ultimate product and you can get me to be where I need to be. But I'm thankful that I can use, I'm passionate about these kids, and I can use this now. I told my wife yesterday, I said, man, there's a lot of kids like Alex out there. They don't have direction, and I can tell he wants it. And I'm going to meet with him next week, get him to finish his schooling. And I really want to get good on being a good listener for these guys. I'm just very thankful that I had that passion when I saw him yesterday.
Wow, that's amazing, brother. Craig, thank you for sharing, and what a blessing you are in his life and inspiration to all of us, you know, to touch the young lives that are out there in huge ways, right? So thank you for that. Anybody else have anything they want to share?
Hey, Sean, Dana here.
Hey, Dana, how are you?
I'm good. I'm grateful for this little tiny room in the LAX airport that I just spent the night in. Headed to
Amazing.
Mexico for some warm sun out of Colorado. But I just wanted to say that I'm really, really grateful for being invited into this group and this family, because I am one that was kind of lost. I mean, like Wayne Dyer had me write a book, and then he passed away. And then I was like, okay, I don't know what to do with it. And I just kind of let it go. And then I went to UPW, met Tony Rodriguez. I'm so grateful for that. And then Tony just keeps bringing me into different people. And I got to meet you and Adam. And I feel like I have direction. And thank you. Thank you for that.
Well, Dana, thank you. And, you know, enormous blessing. You are an inspiration. Your story is remarkable, and I know some of it. I can't wait to continue to learn more. And thank you, Dana, so much. And I wish you safe and happy travels.
Oh, thank you. I'd
So
like to
anybody else?
recognize
Oh, yeah,
Phoenix
go, Dan. Yeah.
Carlson, and they're on this call too, and how much they've been helping me along this journey as well. Like since UPW, everything has just been, it's like one amazing step after the other. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. And who was that? I'm sorry, because it got cut off. I didn't hear it. Who was it that's been helping you?
Phoenix Devereaux, Katie Carlson, I mean Adam, you, Tony Rodriguez. like everyone that's involved in the Tony Robbins world has just been a shining light for me. I'm just very grateful. So thank
Yeah.
you.
Well, yeah, Phoenix, Devereaux, thank you guys for being here. And yes, I would probably, I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge today Tony Robbins and Sage for all the work they're doing in the world. And, you know, for those that haven't had the privilege and blessing, I've had the opportunity to be in closer quarters with these people, and the kindness and love that they have, that they give to people is extraordinary. And could you imagine for a minute being Tony Robbins and Sage and all the dynamics that brings? Like, it's beautiful and it's incredible. Imagine being Sage, right? And there's like lines and lines of people to talk to Tony, and everybody's saying that they love him, and everybody's saying that, and you know, there's all kinds of energy coming his way. You know, fantasy energy, dream energy, love energy, presentation, sales energy, ask energy, take energy. Like, everything is present. And just imagine like watching that go on, and you know, living your life that publicly. Like, such blessings, of course, but like, you know, a lot happens there. And, you know, in that I've seen, you know, amazing amounts of kindness and grace, you know, and support from Sage and Tony, the same thing. Like, I could feel, you know, I have a deep ability to, not metaphysically, just practically, you know, to feel what people are feeling. And I could feel his pull. And even when I've been in environments with him with, you know, 10 people and 40 people, he has such a desire to be present and communicate with everyone, which is utterly mathematically, ridiculously impossible. But I could feel that, like, inside of him pull and stress that he wants to, like, touch everybody and love everybody and connect with everyone. And these are remarkable and incredible people. And, you know, without what they've created, you know, many of us in this line never meet, you know. In fact, most of us probably don't. So, you know, I just express my gratitude to them as well. Anybody else have anything else they want to share?
Hi, Sean. This is Ben Fox.
What the Fox?
Hey, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, brother.
Yesterday, talking about the power of the mic, I love that. And I have to tell you, I agree wholeheartedly. And I trace back where I learned that lesson very first. And it was on Thanksgiving. My grandmother it was just $1. She'd give me $1 to write a poem and read it on Thanksgivings. And I love to do that. And so I've read this at Rhinebeck. It's about 30 words. I'd like to read it real quick. Do you have your permission,
Yeah,
sir?
be a blessing. Please, Ben. Yeah.
Woo. Thank you, guys. This is called the 3 Reasons to Work. I chose it. I felt it's appropriate because we're all heart here on these calls, but we get down to business. That's what it looks like. So here we go. 3 reasons to work. Number 1, you love what you do. Number 2, you love someone and you're working because or for them. Number 3, you love yourself. The work is self-improvement or needed. And combine all 3 reasons to work and you just might find purpose. Just like I have working with you, sir. Love what we do. Thank you so much.
No.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Ben, love you, and your contributions have been massive. And I am so excited, and I see my future in you, brother, and all the people in this call. And I am immensely grateful for what you brought to my life and for believing in me early on. You know, Rob was a first dancer, but brother, you were right there in the beginning as well, posting, loving, you know, from afar. And I can't tell you how grateful I am. So thank you. Anybody else have anything they would like to share in gratitude?
Hi, Sean. This is Julio.
Hey, Julio.
Hey, how are you? Happy
Awesome.
Thanksgiving.
How are you? Happy Thanksgiving, brother.
So one of the things I wanted to share is that, first of all, for all of the beautiful people that it's here, I live in Mexico. I was born and raised in Mexico. And I've been for the last at least 10 years reading all the information about Tony Robbins and trying to understand Tony Robbins' world and developing myself. But there's no movement. This is not happening in Mexico, and I always see that happen in the United States. So I just see videos and I see people, and how can I get proximate? Because proximity is power, but how should I do that if I live in a different country? I decided to go to UPW this year, and then everything started there. I started meeting people, seeing people in person that I used to see on videos. It was like there's background.
Yeah, guys, can you mute yourself? Everybody just mute real quick. Here, Julio. You can mute.
Yeah, hello.
It's
Okay,
Craig's
that's not on my end, Julio.
Okay.
Can you mute? Awesome. Okay, thanks, Julio. Go ahead.
So I couldn't, I'm gonna try to be brief. And please forgive me for my language. I mean, English is my second language, and I struggle to make it flow as fast as you all do. So
Julio,
I'll do my
you
best.
speak English. You speak English about 100 times better than I speak Spanish. I took like 8 years of Spanish. So it's like,
So, thank you, John. And so it all started at UPW, and I started to feel that I belong just a little bit. I was getting a feel of that, and then I went to Joseph a couple of weeks ago to that summit, and that opened up a whole new vision to myself. I mean, I met you, I met Adam, and now I feel that I'm part of something. And that distance, even though United States is very close to Mexico, but in reality is I feel it very, very far away if I'm trying to get proximity. But this, what is happening in here, it gives me a feeling that I'm home, that I belong, that I'm getting proximate, and I'm just so excited, looking forward to see what happens next. And I was telling to my friends that I was going to this January event, your event in Mastery, and they said, "Well, is that a sales thing? What's your business, man? You don't even have a business, and you're going to that." And I said, "I don't care. I mean, I just, I don't know what I'm going to be selling. I know I want financial independence, and someday, somehow, I'm going to make something. But for now, I'm just going to prepare myself. I'm going to get proximate. I'm going to be, I belong to something. I'm excited for that. So, sorry, but I took the microphone. I got nervous, and this is my second language. I tried to make it the best I could.
Julio.
It is not Thanksgiving in Mexico, but I'm thankful every day. Thankful every day, every single day. So thank you,
Julio.
brother. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, Julio, thank you, brother. And your contributions are tremendous. Your heart is unbelievable. And don't ever be sorry. And what's going to come next of all this, I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's going to be whatever each and every one of us create from this. It's not just going to happen. And we're going to take action, and we're going to build and grow and make incredible, beautiful things go. And that's what's going to happen. And you in Mexico, and you wherever you want to. So thank you, Leo.
Thank you.
Thank you. Who else is out there?
I share one last thing, if you don't mind, community. This is Orly again. I've been sharing little snippets of the huddles with my husband, and he's passing by and hearing what's happening during this call. And he just came up to me. My birthday is December 24th, and he said he's sending me to your program in January. So,
oh my goodness. That's amazing and overwhelming blessing. And
so
thankful. Can I just like share this? Thank you for sharing that. Just and I apologize. I missed who was this speaking?
It's Orly.
Orly.
You're the Canadian American now.
Yes, Canadian American. Yes, Orly. Amazing. And we are committed, for folks that, are coming, we are committed to like tangible takeaway outcome, not concept. So I'm so grateful you're going to be there. And the massive commitment to acceleration that will be there is fully present. And I also continue, we'll get back to it tomorrow. We'll open up tomorrow with like what to do with all this beautiful love and energy. So leave it there. So beyond tomorrow to talk, we're not done because we're going to keep giving everybody the opportunity to speak and inviting everybody to speak. But tomorrow we'll talk about what do we do with all this love and energy? Like where do we take it, right? For that more money in less time with more magic, right? So whoever, thanks Orly. Who else is out there?
Sean, it's Kelly Hanna.
Kelly Hanna, what's up? I missed your voice. What is up, Kelly Hannah?
I've been really enjoying all of the energy from the newer people in the group, and I just want to express my deepest gratitude for that message you sent me back in April to come up in Rhinebeck. And that was such a pivotal weekend for me. Actually finally getting to really know you and Pat Melson and Mona and Miriam. It was such a miracle in my life, and it has showed up in such huge ways. And again, reinforcing the community here, because, you know, it does get lonely sometimes. I am not particularly close to my family. And so having all of you guys love and support me over the last few months has been miraculously beautiful, and I'm so grateful. And just feel so inspired and so full of passion to expand this movement and just reach everyone we possibly can, because it matters. And I want everybody on this call to know that they are loved and they're valued and they're precious to all of us, and that, you know, everyone matters. And that is, you know, I think deep down we know that, but to hear it and to actually experience it and feel it it's different. It reinforces it. And Sean, you have been the conduit for this group you're the one that lit the spark, and we're all here to fan the flames and join forces. And I'm so excited for what's going to be in store, and I am really excited to see what's going to happen. We're growing so quickly, and by January, holy cow, it's going to be amazing. So that's my 2 cents.
It is, Kelly, and you are a leader here. You're needed here, and you are incredible. And remember that what we're doing, and this movement isn't rooted in my house. It's not rooted in my office. It's not rooted even on this call. This is a base of where we gather, but the gathering spaces of by your home, Kelly, or in West Hempstead by Craig, and in Hawaii by Mariah, and all over everywhere, that's where we're going, right? That's where we're going. And we're going to be creating a beautiful and positive disruption, aka acceleration, in so many directions and ways. You're such a part of it. And I just want to acknowledge Kelly this way as well. Date with Destiny 2018 was a breakthrough event for me in terms of a couple of different things, which I'll drop into on a later date. But certainly one of them was the relationships I was creating in the Tony Robbins ecosystem. And Kelly was working at that event. She was crewing. And a couple times, she was so kind, so amazing, and so helpful with just helping me find a seat, with my vision and things that were happening. And, Mariah was there being so supportive as well. And Kelly was just unbelievable. And your kindness, your warmth, it was so selfless. There was beyond zero agenda. It was just absolute kindness, support, love, and positive energy. And I was thinking, who is this person? You're just so amazing. So that was my first experience of you, Kelly, and nothing has ever shifted. That impression has only grown. So thank you. All right. Anybody else out there have anything that they would like to share in gratitude?
Hi, Sean and group. My name's Joan Greco, and I'm a good friend of Mariah's. I'm here in Hawaii.
Hey, Joan.
Hi.
Hawaii is in the house. What time is it in Hawaii right now?
It is 4:43.
That's amazing, Joan. Well, welcome. So what's happening?
Thank you. So, I've heard a little bit about you through Mariah, and completely impressed with your integrity. And a friend of mine, David Dean, told me about these meetings, and he sent me the recordings, and I've been drinking through a fire hose over the past week trying to listen to all of the huddles and trainings, and the amount of information that I'm getting from it is just unbelievable. I'm up to some interesting things in the world, and I'm hoping to be able to use this technology to be able to help further that. and we can get into that at another time. But today is all about being grateful and thankful. So grateful to you, grateful to Mariah and David for getting me into this.
Love David Dean. He's a rock star. And Joan, thank you for that acknowledgement. Thank you for investing your time and energy into what we're up to. And yes, I promise you that formula is the formula that will, with through mastery, take you anywhere you want to go, and all of us. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
We love you, Joan. You're amazing. You're amazing. And you're a rock star for getting up at 3:30 in the morning. I love you.
Love you,
That
Mariah.
is amazing. Yes.
So damn
Thank you,
cool.
Mariah. All right. Thank you for that. Anybody else have anything that they want to share that they're grateful for?
Hey, Sean.
Hey, who's this?
Hey, Tiffany Armstrong. Happy Thanksgiving.
Tiffany Armstrong is in the house. Yeah, one of my favorite Tiffany Armstrong. Like, first of all, your energy is so beautiful and so incredible. But is when Mona has the conversation of, like, when I guess you're having a couple of drinks after something, and she's like, "Oh, are you guys driving?" And you're like, "I'm blind, silly." Like, so I love that is one of my favorite, like, Tiffany Armstrong stories.
Oh.
So yeah. So
Yeah, Michael's here too. We have Gavin
Michael,
running in
what's
the
up?
round in the background.
And you guys are such warriors, making it to Rhinebeck and, you know, being there. So what's up, Tiffany and Michael?
Well, first of all, thank you for all that you're doing in this group, and, you know, putting out source to Ben and Nikki for bringing us and introducing us to you. And it's just super exciting in our lives, just how the formula has really transformed our communication skills and opened up new avenues for life. It's just incredible, Sean. I can never thank you enough and what you're doing. We're super excited about the 10th, 11th, and 12th, and just super thankful on Thankful Thursday that happens to be on Thanksgiving, right, Kevin?
Yeah, Ron.
No, it's not Ron.
It's not Ron, it's Sean.
Say hi, Sean.
Sean.
Hey, no, thank you so much.
Hey,
Hey,
Sean.
happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, God.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Hey, Sean.
Yes.
We just put a Christmas tree up.
Okay.
That is amazing. That's totally amazing. Yeah. Oh, like, is there, like, do you guys have, like, what color is your tree?
What color is it?
Oh, it has plain white, and another setting has different colors like yellow, green, purple, orange, red, blue, and
Well,
then
that,
white.
and that sounds like one magical Christmas tree. So happy Thanksgiving and, like, happy, like, pre-Christmas. Like, that's amazing.
It's like
So, yeah.
7 feet tall.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That is totally amazing. All right. So thank you
Awesome.
for
Well,
sharing. Sounds
yeah,
like a
thank you so
beautiful
much.
tree.
And I just want to say something super quick. It's just super appreciative of the space that you've created. And we've been present every morning for a few weeks, and just super grateful for just everything you are and everything you stand for, and just continue on. And it's just amazing watching everything that's gone down in, like, the last year. It's so magical, and you really are the proof in the pudding in the formula, and just excited to be on this journey with you, Sean. So thank you.
Thank you. And I'm so grateful for everything everybody's saying. And, you know, I'm a big fan of not engaging in false modesty and self-deprecation, but the words have been so beautiful and kind. And, you know, I am far from perfect, as we all are. And every day I work to grow and get better, and the formula applies to me as everybody else. And when I apply it, incredible things happen. When I don't, less incredible things happen.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you. That's super kind of everyone. But I am like you. I'm just on the journey, you know, and I'm working hard at it. And you all are. We all are. And I'm very proud and grateful for what I'm up to. And I'm also trying to be better today than I was yesterday. And I will try to be better tomorrow than today. So thank you so much.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go, Mom.
No, we don't.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hi, happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Bye. Love you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
I don't want to go. I'm gonna miss you guys.
I know, seriously.
This is
Right?
what it looks like.
Thanksgiving.
So that they don't want to go because they don't want to miss it.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Bye.
Much
for
love,
now.
everyone. Have a